87 and 90, not to mention surgery on his right hand about 5 years ago, but he seems to be on the right path these days, working voluntarily with kids. Very commendable on his part. All right, we're set for the breakdown numerically, tail of the tape, and we see that Tucker at 33 is 6 years older than McCall. Tucker's 6'5", a 3-inch height advantage on the challenger. At 236, Tucker with the 11.5-pound weight advantage, and the champion Tucker with the 1-inch reach advantage. To the NABF rules, 10-point must system. 3 scoring judges, no standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the ref can stop the fight. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. So we're getting set here at the Convocation Center at Cleveland State University for the NABF heavyweight title fight. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, Wilma Schmidt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cleveland, Ohio, and the Convocation Center on the campus of Cleveland State University as Don King Productions presents the NABF Heavyweight Championship. This event is sanctioned by the North American Boxing Federation and the State of Ohio Boxing Commission. The judges at ringside: Tim Figley, Frank Garza, Harold Gomez. And introducing the referee in charge of tonight's bout, Tony Perez. Well, here we go, boxing fans. This feature event is scheduled for 12 rounds for the NABF Heavyweight Championship. Introducing to you first, the challenger fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white trunks and hailing from Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in at 224.5 pounds. He has a record of 19 wins, 4 losses with 12 knockouts. Let's welcome Oliver McCall. And his opponent across the ring is the defending champion in the red corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks and fighting out of Tyler, Texas. He weighed in at 236 pounds, and his impressive record is 44 wins, only 1 loss with 37 knockouts. Let's welcome the former IBF heavyweight champion and the current NABF heavyweight champion, Tony T.A.G. Tucker.
Okay, no slug, man. You're gonna come out and try to make you mix it up, okay? Don't mix it up with them like that, all right? You're gonna come out wild. Keep your cool.
That was very important. We went through the rule with you trainers. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. There will be no standing 8. You must remember once and give me a good clean fight. 2 things you must remember: protect yourself at all times and avoid my commands. All right? Shake hand and good luck to both of you.
There was some bad blood when both fighters entered the ring with their handlers. They tried to get at each other, had to be separated. These guys really want to get at each other in the worst way. Tony Tucker in the black trunks with the silver trim, and Oliver McCall wearing the white trunks. Tony Perez is the 3rd man of the ring, and we're just about set to go. Round 1 scheduled for 12 for the NABF Heavyweight Championship. So let's see if this bad blood carries over from the pre-fight festivities.
Well, they refuse to shake hands. They're really, that's a little intimidation on the part of Oliver McCall, who's very loose about this. He figures he's got nothing to lose tonight. He's going to go out here and wing it and see what happens. Richard Duquette in his corner says look for an upset, but of course every corner man says that.
Well, Oliver McCall, a complete contrast to Tony Tucker in the way of personalities. Tucker very quiet, low-key, businesslike. McCall very lively, outgoing and gregarious. He told me he envisions Tucker to come out and box him, throwing lots of jabs. But once I hit him, this is McCall talking, he will change his whole game plan, and Tucker will become more defensive. He told us he'll take Tucker out within 3 or 4 rounds with either a left uppercut or an overhand right. But the later the fight goes, the more Tony Tucker has the advantage.
He's got a tremendous advantage in the jab. He's got a very, very long jab, and if he doesn't use it, he's crazy, because he can keep this guy just dancing at the end of his jab. McCall has to come down, get in, and get under that jab and try to land something. Right now, he's getting hit. He hit him low, he said. Tony Perez says keep him up, and Oliver is not happy.
Oliver McCall out of Chicago knocked Mike Tyson down. This is according to McCall during a sparring session with a right hand. The style of Tony Tucker, known for speed and mobility, elusive, jab. He's never been knocked down. He told us he's in good shape. He's prepared. He'll try to get McCall out. Doesn't want to go the full 12. Said he doesn't watch tapes. Too superstitious about that. He is a very frustrated man, given the current state of the heavyweight division. Tony Tucker, with all these young lions vying for Holyfield's title, he says he should be included. Although I don't know how you can call him young at the age of 33, but he wants the public and other fighters to realize he's someone to be reckoned with. So it's a good place to start right here.
He wasted too many years. He wasted too many years, and he fought too many bad guys. But he has got a huge amount of talent. He's very big, as you can see, and he lacked desire and he lacked focus. Now he claims he's got both. Maybe a little too late, but this is certainly a good place to start if he can overwhelm Oliver McCall, who doesn't look like he's in here to lay down.
Tucker held the title for just 2 months, losing it to Mike Tyson. He told me he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the shortest term as heavyweight champ. He cracked up after telling me that. Got a good sense of humor about it, I'll say that.
I wouldn't brag about that too much.
No. Approaching the final 10 seconds of round 1. So far, the pre-fight action more dazzling than the first round.
Hit this guy with the right hand, okay? I told you all through the fight, keep the jab working to the body, jab to the head, all right? Don't wait for the big right hand, all right? You can beat him just with that, beat him with that. Take a deep breath. Keep the hands laying. So you cut the jab off, you start letting him get on the inside, get too close to you. And what's happening to you, you're getting bored because he's sitting back. All right. Walk to him and back him up, okay?
Then dig it up underneath. You hear me? 1, 2, hook, then dig it up. You come across. You gotta go sets of 2s and 3s. You gotta throw combinations, okay?
2s and 3s is fine.
That's right. But off the jab now. Off the jab. Off the jab, baby. Come on now. You gotta go to work. You're in good shape. Let's go. You're gonna go out there. Look at me. Tell me you're gonna go out there. Damn it.
And the rah-rah style of Richie Giacchetti in the corner of Oliver McCall, saying, "You're the bull." That's his nickname, the Atomic Bull.
Well, and the rap is he's not really a heavyweight. He's a cruiserweight that's bulked up into a heavyweight. You certainly can see the difference in size to both guys. You don't have to be an expert to see that. But then again, Tony Tucker's bigger than most people. He was certainly much bigger than Tyson when Tyson made a pancake out of him.
Well, Oliver McCall, an aggressive fighter, comes at you, leaves himself open at times. Conditioning has been a question mark for him in the past. He does get tired in rounds and decides to lay back. We'll see how things go here tonight.
Giacchetti's instructions were don't just throw 1 punch. Come in with 2 and 3 punches. And he has followed them, has McCall, at the beginning of this round. He's tried to at least get 2 punches off when he comes in.
This is round 2, scheduled for 12. Here's the jab by Oliver McCall, but doing no damage. Seemed like they expended an awful lot of energy before the fight began and in the early moments of the first round, and they are conserving themselves at this particular juncture.
The problem is that McCall can't figure any way to get in there without getting nailed. This guy's so big, and he's got that big jab, and he's got to solve that if he's going to win this the fight. Giacchetti wants him to come in punching 1, 2, 3 punches at a time, which makes Tony fall back.
There's a pretty good left jab by McCall that landed. Tucker is 6'5", 236. Oliver McCall 6'2", 224 and a half, and only a 1-inch reach advantage for Tucker. Tucker out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, now lives in Tyler, Texas. Oliver McCall from Chicago. McCall looking to shed the tag of journeyman. And Tony Tucker looking to get back on top.
Tucker has not worked his jab to the perfection that he usually does. He's looking. That was a sucker straight right hand, just as Oliver McCall came in, but didn't land. But boy, if it does, that's the one that sets you back on your heels.
Under 30 seconds in round 2. The overhand right there by Oliver McCall charges the crowd up.
It was the punches that followed that Giacchetti is instructing him. Didn't make any difference where that first one goes, but the second one's going to come in just right. And he did very well that time.
Left uppercut by McCall snapped Tucker's head back in the clinch. And round 2 is in the history books. And on behalf of our Showtime subscribers here in the Cleveland area, a thank you is extended to Don King for lifting the local blackout restrictions as his gift to the people of his hometown. Pretty good crowd on hand here at the Convocation Center on the campus of Cleveland State University.
Just relax, relax. You boxing him good, but keep that stick on him, okay? Deep breath. Deep breath. Keep that stick on him.
Because of the heat. You gotta keep working. Come back with that left hook. Okay? Working, baby. You gotta work him now. Let's go to work now. Keep it up. More aggressive, okay? Hang up.
Round 3, the instructions from Richie Giacchetti in Oliver McCall's corner. Stacy McKinley in the corner of Tony Tucker. Oliver McCall in his youth excelled at the sport of basketball, not boxing. He had never considered boxing until one day while playing hoops he was provoked into an altercation. His teammates were so impressed with his performance they suggested he get into boxing. He decided to give it a go, became a pro, and he's now 19-4 with 12 knockouts. He is rated number 5 by the NABF.
Neither man impressing right now. I have this as an even fight because I thought Tony Tucker with his jab and his great boxing ability had taken that first round, but Oliver with a lot of guts and a lot of gas came in punching in combinations and took that second round on sheer audacity.
Tony Tucker taking his time. Just seems to be measuring McCall out, looking for that moment, looking for that opening. We have said that McCall has a tendency to leave himself open at times, and perhaps Tucker is waiting for that opportune moment.
He's doing everything right that a veteran boxer would do. He's feigning a lot. It looks like he's going to throw a punch, then he doesn't. He makes the other guy blink. He makes the other guy go back. But he's not following up, and sometimes that's a mark of an older fighter. He sees the opening, but he can't get in and close the show.
He's 33 years of age. His only defeat against Mike Tyson in his first IBF title defense in 1987. And he won the title in 87 by stopping James Buster Douglas in 10 rounds. And the fans beginning to boo here in Cleveland. He wants some more action here. It is round 3, scheduled for 12. Razor Ruddock and Philip Jackson standing by in the main event.
There's a little bit of wrestling going on there to establish who's the strongest and try to wear the little man out by pushing and pulling him.
Well, speaking of wrestling, Oliver McCall's advisor is Big John Studd, the former professional wrestler out of Washington, D.C., who's in attendance tonight around the corner. It is hard to miss Big John.
Right now, it's hard to miss TNT Tucker, but Oliver's managing to miss half his punches.
Tucker tying McCall up. A lunging left hook by McCall that does nothing.
If he ever gets hit mid-lunge, he's going to go backwards and down. Tony trying to time that with the right hand, but Tony Tucker having a hard time hitting an elusive target, and Oliver McCall, the net result, not too good a fight.
You can really see the height disparity. Tucker at 6'5", McCall at 6'2". Here's a lunging right by McCall as the bell sounds.
Come on, baby. That's working, baby. That's working. So, baby, you're working now. You're working now. Keep that jab. Don't stop that jab now. Okay. Come on, baby. Keep up. Take a nice big jab up there. Okay, little water in the hole. Bobby here. Oliver, when you're inside, you got to bring him up.
The action in the bottom of that part of that round had McCall actually chasing TNT Tucker, trying to land. The bell rings along about here, and he throws a little punch in disgust. He didn't mean to hit that. He just like, oh, shucks. I almost had him. But he didn't.
And it's round 4. And once again, they start out in deliberate fashion. Tucker looking to stick the jab, perhaps trying to set up the right.
Well, neither man dominating the other or this fight. They just seem to be in a chess game. Neither man throwing a real hard punches, knockout punches. They're just trying to find each other right now. There's 3 jabs in the air. I mean, that's got to be disconcerting to TNT Tucker, who's used to hitting something with a jab. He's throwing it from too far out. He's not coming in with it.
McCall in the white trunks, Tucker in the black.
It's funny to see a little guy like Oliver McCall try to out-jab a guy that's got him by 3 or 4 inches and a long reach.
The outgoing and personable McCall stole the show at the weigh-in yesterday. Tony Tucker more on the cerebral side. Oh, a wild miss there by McCall, and then covering up. That is ever so dangerous.
It goes to show you how desperate he is here, and also lack of finesse and professionalism, because he just followed him around trying to find him with his hands. And just good, like saying, oh boy, something's going to come bad out of this if I don't find him and tie him up. And he did.
He has been off balance on a number of occasions, and we'll only find out if Tony Tucker can take advantage.
Tucker has not hurt Oliver McCall. None of them, they've not hurt each other, but you would figure by now that the superior size, he would begin to lay all over and strengthen him. There's some good combinations.
And a countering punch by McCall.
McCall never lets him go.
And the Bluebirds continue from Cleveland. There's a left hook to the top of the head of Tony Tucker.
But nothing on. These guys are not committing. They're not committing themselves. They're not going all out and saying, I'm going to go get this guy and knock him out.
It seems like one is waiting for the other to do something first.
Yeah, it's a gym workout right now. This is driving Richard Giacchetti crazy because he's a very aggressive corner man, and he's used to his fighters fighting hard, and he's just apoplectic in the corner. He looks like he's about to blow a gasket.
Yes, it might be interesting to hear his words between rounds in the final 20 seconds of round 4 now.
Oh man, really winning any round big. They're just sort of eking you, just kind of flip a coin who you like.
And that is it for round 4.
Sit down. Don't worry about the crowd. They ain't booing you, they booing him. Deep breath. Tony, keep working off the jab, okay? This guy done started throwing one shot at a time, all right? You hit it with some good body shots and slowed him all the way down, all right? Deep breath. You're getting better as you go. Don't get overexcited. Keep using the jab, Tony. Remember, he still got his right hand, okay? Don't follow people with the right hand. You listen to me, son? Listen to me now.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Use the jab. The man done stop fighting. Okay? He done quit. You understand?
Right.
But he still got a decent right hand. You got in your rhythm. You get better as you go. Your experience is coming to you, son. Please don't stop using the left hand, Tony. Start the fight with the left hand. Watch me, Mike. Try to crack you, okay? Off the left hand.
Well, a younger Tony Tucker, back in 1987, went the distance with Mike Tyson, one of only 3 people in boxing history to do that. You heard a very enthusiastic Stacy McKinley in the corner of Tony Tucker.
Well, that pep talk in the corner must have done some good, because this is the first time I've seen him throw a combination, Tucker, jabs and combination, with some strength behind it, with some purpose. And back comes McCall. He's not just going to lay down here.
A heavy left by McCall. That did land.
Well, this is certainly not the kind of performance that's going to put him in contention for a title shot. He's going to, if he can't do much better, then he's going to languish with the second half of the cavalcade coming forth to the title.
A miss there by McCall, and once again Tucker could not take advantage. It seems like McCall is opening himself up and giving Tucker carte blanche, but Tucker not doing the job.
No attempt at a counter punch as McCall came in wildly out of balance and lunging forward, but no attempt at a counter punch by TNT Tucker.
Now Tucker wants to get respect and notoriety, be a part of the echelon that's going for Evander Holyfield's title. He not only has to win, but he has to win impressively here over a journeyman like Oliver McCall.
Yeah, I think he wants to get more respect and notoriety.
Well, after this performance, if this continues, he's going to get a lot of notoriety.
And very little respect. Just when it looks like TNT Tucker has come out with determination, just quits and lets McCall get brave. And there's no shortage of courage on the part of McCall. McCall's here to win the fight, not just to cruise through to a decision. So he keeps coming against a much bigger man. Very low blow.
That's the second low blow by Tucker.
And Tony Perez said in the very sanguine way, not so low. Of course, it hurt Oliver McCall.
Final seconds of round 5. And another uneventful round. You hear the crowd's reaction. Well, let's hope the main event is a better one. Here's Razor Ruddock, the #1 rated contender for the heavyweight title. According to the World Boxing Council, he's getting set to do battle with Philip Jackson. Here's 2-time world champion Floyd Patterson. Promoter Murad Muhammad there. Murad trying to stay out of the range of those punches. Floyd Patterson trying to implement boxing techniques into the game plan of Razor Ruddock. We didn't see enough of that in his last fight with Greg Page. We'll see if he graduates to more of it tonight against Philip Jackson. We're here at the Convocation Center at the campus of Cleveland State University. Terrific sports town here at Cleveland. Just a few blocks away, the Cleveland Indians are hosting the Toronto Blue Jays, and the crowd here looking for more action between Tony Tucker and Oliver McCall. Round 6 scheduled for 12. Now this is for the NABF heavyweight title.
Oddly enough, quite unofficially, I have it even. And you can see that these rounds are so close because of dearth of activity of both people, of both fighters, that you could kind of toss a coin. Depends on what you like as a judge. So you could look for a decision either way. I just find that TNT Tucker is not using his advantage of size, experience. He's not coming to take the fight. In fact, half the time, Oliver McCall's chasing him around and throwing 2 and 3 and 4 punches at a time. Neither man landing effectively on the other. No damage being done.
Well, he looks very frustrated now, and he's flicking jabs. Got him with a jab there.
Yeah, he missed 3 and got 1, and that one was a glancing one. That's kind of discouraging when you're used to hitting people with a jab.
Now Tucker begins to dance around.
Again, the public sensing a lack of ambition and action on the part of either fighter, but mostly Tucker, because the little guy is chasing the big guy around. That's something that'll get you bruised almost every night.
You may have heard a couple of rounds ago between corner Stacy McKinley telling Tony Tucker, they're not booing you, they're booing the other guy.
Did he look like he believed him?
Yeah, I have to wonder myself. Midway, round 6. And it seemed like McKinley was having trouble getting the attention of Tony Tucker.
Yeah, that's a capsule to his whole career. He has an inability to pay attention to what would get him a championship shot. He just can't concentrate, can't focus, he can't go out and get it.
He seemed very convincing when we sat down with him yesterday. But of course, that has nothing to do with when the bell sounds. You can always talk a good fight.
And everybody does, but then the bell rings.
The crowd disappointed to this point because of a lack of effort, really, from these two heavyweights.
I think the capsule is that Oliver McCall is doing the best he knows how. He's trying as hard as he can. He's a very big guy. I'm not sure that TNT Tucker is doing the best he can. And if it is the best he can, that's why he's behind the back.
Well, it's pretty obvious Tucker should have been taking the fight to McCall from the very beginning. And he's almost letting McCall dictate the tempo, which is ridiculous.
That's why you're getting the booing. I mean, they want to see this big guy come in, take over, and finish big. But he has not any clue of how to do that.
And round 6 concludes as the boos continue to cascade.
Stop the holding and let's see some more.
I hold. No, you're not. He's telling him he's doing it, not you. Wait, but he's telling him.
Hell, you understand?
Uh-huh.
You listen to that. You box. Stay on the outside, okay? We throwing some punches.
Brush it off. Too much. Look at that.
You understand?
Okay.
You keep boxing, okay? Take a deep breath. You're getting better, baby.
Yeah.
The opponent's still alert now, here.
And it's round 7, scheduled for 12. Tony Tucker's last fight, April 22nd, a 5th-round TKO over Manny Contreras in East Rutherford. And Oliver McCall's last fight, February the 15th, the 4th-round TKO over Mike Rouse in Las Vegas.
Nice glancing right hand by Oliver McCall as he came in, punching in 1 and 2 and 3 bunches as he has been doing. At least he's been doing what Richard Duquette said. Now a warning by Tony for holding behind the head.
Oliver McCall began boxing as an amateur in 1982, had a good amateur career, 2-time Chicago Golden Gloves champion. On the undercard of Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes in '88, he fought Mike the Bounty Hunter. But his trainer at the time, Joe Frazier, did not show up because his nephew was fighting at the same time elsewhere. McCall facing Hunter without his trainer, lost by decision.
How do you find out all those things?
These are called rain delay stories, Bertie, in case of a situation we have here.
I see. This is the kind of fight where you pray for it.
And holding and hitting, the warning from Tony Perez to Tony Tucker.
That's 2 warnings, one from behind the head. He's got one for low blows and another one now. So that's 3 warnings. I wonder when Tony's going to start thinking about a point. Right now, this fight's so close, a point taken away could make the difference. Oh, look who's chasing her. I mean, continuously. Here's this little guy coming after this big guy who's giving ground, giving ground. Now, here, in this mauling, brawling, the big guy should be laying all over the little guy, making him lift him up and exhausting him. And yet, he's not doing that. He is not using his weight and strength intelligently against a smaller man.
And right now, Tony Tucker almost looks exhausted.
I think he looks a little bored more than exhausted. He's like thinking, what do I do to pick it up?
Now he knows how the crowd feels. You see that? It's just he doesn't know how to use his size. And he's the awkward fashion of Oliver McCall is tying Tucker up. He's not allowing Tucker to unleash any real solid punches.
Well, as little a guy as Oliver is, when he comes in with his head down like a football player, it's amazing that there hasn't been a cut because he's been banging heads pretty good with Tucker. A nice little inside uppercut by Oliver McCall. You see where the head is? Look at the head. Look at the head of Oliver McCall. Right in his face. Right in Tucker's face. It's a miracle it hasn't been a cut.
And a countering left by Oliver McCall at the bell. Well, we've got a lot of celebrities in attendance. There is the great quarterback of the Houston Oilers, Warren Moon. The Nestle's Bernie Kosar Charity Golf Classic is in town tomorrow at the Tanglewood Country Club near Cleveland, and Warren Moon, one of the participants. And he is looking on here at the Convocation Center. Yeah, he's usually worried about the dog pound at the Cleveland Stadium when he is in the city by the lake.
I visited with my old pal Bernie Kosar a few hours before this fight came on. This is his golf class. He's looking wonderful. Looks like he can get a few more years out of the NFL career. He was magnificent in Miami when we followed him there, and we're very proud of him from Miami.
See, Bernie Kosar, if he was a boxer, he'd have a great uppercut because he's got that unorthodox style, that sidearm style. And then there's Boomer Esiason, his nickname alone.
I think he's got the name, maybe not the character.
Okay.
He's a great quarterback. I don't know about a fighter.
Round 8 scheduled for 12. It is the NABF Heavyweight Championship.
If this continues boring, how about a book?
It has been a lackluster performance to this point. Well, putting this in perspective, as we mentioned a few rounds ago, here's a guy, Ferdy, Tony Tucker, former world champion. He's 44-1. Here's a little action from Oliver, and Oliver McCall trying to jab his way into the face of Tony Tucker, but Tony Tucker has to get things going here and do something impressive.
Well, this is how you lose those rounds. I mean, those little flurries by Oliver McCall and his continuously aggressive action and the way he dominates the infighting when he gets inside is what's winning the rounds. If Tony TNT Tucker can't do any better with an Oliver McCall, then he has no business thinking that he can contend. Again, McCall. It's McCall's drive. It's his desire.
And Tucker looks like he's having problems with his left eye.
Well, he certainly got him butted enough for it to be swollen.
Harmless shots there by Tony Tucker. Soft body shots having no effect whatsoever on Oliver McCall. And McCall with a couple of left uppercuts. But not much damage there.
And McCall doing the fighting on the inside. Look who's doing the punching on the inside. It's McCall. A little inside uppercut.
And McCall looking to open it up with some wide angle drives.
See, look at the head and look at the inside uppercut. It's McCall doing the fighting. TNT doing the posing. That's no way to win a round.
Low blow by Tony Tucker.
Very low. Perez on the other side of the ring chose not to say anything.
That was the third one of the fight. Oliver McCall with a lot of spring. Now he's up on his toes, but he still leaves himself open, and I'm really at a loss as to why Tucker can't get in there.
Well, TNT sometimes reverts to an alley and starts to dance around. He's too big to do that. He doesn't look graceful like Ali did. And he certainly doesn't have the jab to go with the dancing now, because he can't hit anything with the jab. And this little guy keeps boring in and punching. So he's making it very tough, and he may well be pulling ahead. It's still an even fight. They seem to be trading rounds. I'm going on the idea that he is so. Oh, nice shot by McCall. That he has such fame and so forth that you give the even rounds to TNT, thinking, well, he might have taken it, but it's McCall to me. Another McCall round.
Standing by for our main event, getting ready to take on #1 rated contender Donovan Razor Ruddock is Philip Jackson out of Miami, a product of the Miami Police Athletic Department. He's undefeated, 25-0, 23 knockouts, 22 straight knockouts. He is a late bloomer. He didn't start boxing until he was 21. He really picked it up quickly in the gym of Miami Police Sergeant Pat Burns. So there he is, Philip Jackson, rated #9 by the WBC NBA.
He comes from my neighborhood. He trains a block away from where I had an office in the Overtown ghetto, and that's a tough area just to get to the gym.
So we're getting set for round 9 here in Cleveland. And a good round, the previous one for Oliver McCall in the white trunks. McCall out of Chicago, 19-4 with 12 knockouts. Here's a guy rated #18 by the WBC, but he has been dictating the show against Tony Tucker, a former world champion. But Tucker 33, McCall 27.
Tucker looking, he's holding his gloves like he really wants to punch hard. I think he can feel this slipping away from him, although I'm sure his corner thinks he's way ahead, but that's how upsets are made. Giacchetti said, hey, this is a night for upsets. He may well know what he's talking about, because it's a very close fight right now, and it is Oliver who's been doing most of the fighting in the last 2 or 3 rounds.
Well, this would be a mild upset if Oliver McCall could pull it off, and you really have to wonder where it puts the career of Tony Tucker.
On hold.
Very much so.
On one of those rooms where you go and you sit by yourself for a long time and wonder, do I want to do this for a living, or should I go on to other gainful employment?
It's called soul searching.
Yes.
And again, oh, there's a solid left by Oliver McCall. And Tucker had to feel that one. That was probably the best punch of what is a lackluster affair.
Well, I think only one guy is fighting here. You know, Steve, McCall looks like he's trying like heck to get an upset. He's fighting beyond his capacity. He's fighting as good as he can, whereas Tucker looks like he's fighting 50% of his talent. He's not using his talent, and that's a bad break when it comes to scoring. You give it to the guy that's trying so hard and scoring points and causing the action. He is causing the action. He is carrying the fight.
And a few seconds ago, that was perhaps the best flurry of the night by Tony Tucker, but Oliver McCall withstanding it easily. And now the leaning continues by Tucker. McCall, the aggressor, throughout 99% of the fight as we enter the final 30 seconds of round 9. It is scheduled for 12. Crisp left hand there by Oliver McCall that got in.
But more hard punching by TNT, who seems to feel like something's going wrong. And there's the bell.
Also in attendance tonight, the former world heavyweight champion, James Buster Douglas, from Columbus, Ohio. He's a Buckeye. Flashing the peace sign, signing autographs. Or is he reading a menu? I'm not sure.
I don't want to go over and ask him for an autograph. He might eat my pen. There's the guy who has ballooned up in weight. Though not much over the night we saw him.
So Buster Douglas in the crowd.
Not exactly a Muhammad Ali lookalike, as he is a big Buddha-looking guy.
Muhammad Ali here in Cleveland back in 1975 beat the Bayonne leader Chuck Wepner, and Ali the focal point of a new book just out by a fellow named Ferdy Pacheco called Muhammad Ali, A View from the Corner. You were Ali's personal doctor most of his career. What's the major lesson to be learned about Ali from the book?
Never quit, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and don't mess with Mr. In Between. That's the main message of Ali. He is an unusual man. This is a book about the man more than the boxer.
Well,
let's get back to this.
Tony Tucker has a message for Oliver McCall here in round 10. He's running out of time. McCall continues to be the aggressor.
This is the last round of what is basically an even fight. If put to the torture, I would have to say, Oliver, this is not the last round. We're going to 12. I'm sorry. I'm just wishful thinking. I would say that if put to the torture, that Oliver McCall is ahead, but on my point-by-point scoring, it's 86 to 86.
Tony Tucker has been a knockout artist. 44 wins, 37 knockouts, and it is almost getting to the point where he may require just that, a KO.
I'd like to hear what his corner says, because I cannot believe they think they got this fight under control.
Oliver McCall, the former chief sparring partner for Mike Tyson, allegedly knocked Tyson down with a right hand. He just tried a right against Tony Tucker that missed. Who is the hardest puncher he's fought? You would think Mike Tyson. He said no, it's Bert Cooper.
Cooper can punch, yes. No question about that. Cooper can punch.
Evander Holyfield can vouch for that.
That blow was so low by TNT, it wasn't even on the trunks, it was on his thigh. Tucker trying much harder now than he has in the past, but to no more better effect than he did before.
Tucker has been turning his personal life around. We'll say that for him. He voluntarily works with kids in the ghetto, trying to warn them about drugs. Works on his own with boys clubs and with veterans. His fiancee, Kim Jackson, who is in attendance here tonight, very supportive of him, really wants to help him. They'll be married next month, but it's surprising and disappointing as far as his performance in the ring here tonight. We thought we'd get more out of Tony Tucker. That's a pretty good right by Tucker.
Tucker just hit 2 good shots.
That's because McCall was leading with his chin.
McCall is no longer has any apprehension. He has no fear. He's right in front of this huge guy that can bang, and he has not even a thought of fear. He is just dissing him and his punch.
I think he's just staring straight into the eyes of Tony Tucker. He sees the bloodshot look. He sees the wariness. He sees the sheer exhaustion, and as you put it, perhaps the boredom. And he senses that.
We got 2 more to go. Okay? 2 more to go. See, once he backing up like the Tony, he cuts off. Baby, all I need is 2 more. Can you give me 2?
Yeah.
Give me 2 for Tyler, Texas.
Deep in the hills, deep in the hills.
Tony, bag him up, okay? You got to win these last 2 rounds, son. Okay?
Yeah, and impressive.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
I'll open up wide.
Look at me, goddammit. You want this title or don't you? Let's go to work. 2 rounds for the title.
Fight inside.
Tell me what you want to do. What, you going to fight for it? Let's go to work and punch and combinations. Let's go. Give me the mouthpiece.
Brent.
Let's go to work, goddammit. Get it on. Come on, I want it.
I got to make a book out of immortal things that boxers say in the corner. Richard he said, just give me these 2 rounds for the title. And the guy said, which title? I mean, what title? Richard, wake up.
Round 11, and for only the 4th time in 45 fights, Tony Tucker going into the 11th round. And Richie Giacchetti giving us his Newt Rockney right there. And that is really funny. Which title?
He said it with such a straight face.
It's the NABF title, Oliver. And you might be on the threshold of it.
I don't know if this performance is enough to take a title, but I've got him ahead. If there was any heart to this audience, it's with Oliver McCall, who has made a brave show of attacking a big man, outspeeding him, outgutting him, and looking for that upset that will make him a lot of money.
Tony Tucker not used to fighting these late rounds.
He just can't get there. He wants to get there, he can't get there. Doesn't have the energy anymore, doesn't have the speed anymore. When he had it in the beginning rounds, he squandered it, and now he has no gas in the tank to catch him. Still, these are huge guys that can bang, and that's the one thing about the heavyweights. It can end in 15 seconds to go toward the end of the fight.
But right now, it appears as if Tucker is just looking for a lucky punch.
Giacchetti's style is keep punching, keep punching. He means you get inside 2 or 3 shots. It doesn't make a difference if they hurt you, but they're getting points. You're doing something the other guy's not. Richard is exactly right, and he's a great motivator. Oh, nice right hand.
Yes, Tucker did land to the head of Oliver McCall.
And he finally caught him coming in like he should have been catching him all along, but it didn't have any effect.
And he didn't follow it up. Tony Tucker, he's one and done, as they say.
Yes. He throws that one punch, and that's it. He grabs, and he rests.
And he is sucking wind, Tony Tucker.
He's much more determined, though. I'll give him that. He's trying hard. He's trying his heart out right now. He may see his title floating away here. Good right. Oh, there goes a mouthpiece.
That's a sign of weariness right there. You can't hold the mouthpiece. 30 seconds and counting in round 11. But he managed to hang on to it.
He put it back in. He's fighting much better this round because he's fighting with a little bit of desire, or maybe desperation is a better word.
McCall looks to be in very good condition, bouncing around here in the end of round 11. And again, Tucker hears it from the crowd.
Last round.
Give me tape.
Put your hands down.
Relax, baby. You want this goddamn championship? Let's go. You can win this goddamn championship. Round, all you gotta hang out. Don't abandon the jab. Don't get fucking on me now, goddamn it. You gotta work now. Give me the water, Bobby.
Son, you got to win this round big, okay? Watch him, he gonna come out hard, because you know he gonna have to knock you out to win. I'm gonna tell you that right now, okay? Put the shot together. It's the last round, son.
Oliver around, goddamn it. This is it. I got it. Come on, baby. Don't get careless, but you gotta fight. You gotta fight.
Rinse. Last round, championship, okay? Tony, back him up, all right? Off the jab, okay? Okay, baby.
Let's go get it. Keep the jab.
Watch it still.
So we got to believe this is it for Tony Tucker.
Well, Giacchetti won the battle of the corners. If you had to pick, Giacchetti gets you off the stool and makes you feel like you're going to win. Keep punching, keep the jab going. We need this round, and he got the championship, and that's what a fighter wants to hear. A lot of confidence comes out of Giacchetti.
And you're not seeing double from that corner. Those are the Giacchetti brothers, Richie and Robert.
Yeah, and they really look alike.
And I think it has finally registered in the mind of Oliver McCall that this is for the NABF championship. All he has to do is hang on for a couple of more minutes.
Be careful, but fight. That's the Giacchetti way, meaning don't think you got this one, you got to fight.
Oh, you never know.
But be careful.
We have judges from Columbiana, Ohio, Detroit, and Rhode Island here for this one tonight. Tim Figley, Frank Garza, Harold Gomez. I tell you, if we were in Las Vegas, no comment.
If we were in Las Vegas, we have to cut the cards to figure out who won this fight.
It would be very much up in the air.
I think it's a very close fight, and an edge to me goes to Oliver McCall. But again, let's see what happens the rest of this round. This could be the round that tells the tale.
I think a majority of the crowd would agree with you.
in that head right in the face of TNT. Firing off 2 shots that come off the shoulders of McCall. McCall inside.
Well, you got to give some credit to the upstart Oliver McCall here, going up against Tony Tucker, a former world champion, although Tucker is 6 years older. But McCall dictating the fight. Oh, he almost went down, but it looked like it was a slip.
No, that was a slip. That was not a punch that caused that.
Yeah, he clutched onto the ropes to save his balance. And now Tucker with a final last-ditch effort.
Yeah, because McCall quit fighting his fight and started to think about, let me just go to the bell because I've won this. And that's a mistake, because that gave this round to thus far to TNT, because he's chasing and he's punch. Oh, nice hard punch. Nice punch on the way in by TNT. Nice hook. Hook over, hook under. You see? You gotta keep fighting. That's what Giacchetti kept saying to him. Don't quit fighting or else he gets brave.
And Ferdy, the best action of the fight in the final seconds. And that is the best Tony Tucker has looked all night long.
That is definitely the best, and it might have won and eked out the fight for him, maybe.
Can you imagine? Waiting all this time and only a final flurry winning it. We'll see how it appears on the judges' cards in just a few moments.
He's fighting like he thinks he won it, and all he has to do is backpedal and win. And that was a bad mistake.
Well, as the crowd boos, Oliver McCall quite convinced he is victorious.
Well, at least he's conscious. I mean, that's different from what the expert said. I have a very, very close fight, and I wouldn't be surprised to go either way. The champion could hold it on this, but really, in the hearts and looking at it as a boxing man, I would give it to McCall.
Oliver McCall out of Chicago, Illinois, who came in the challenger for Tony Tucker's NABF heavyweight title. At the end of, what was it, round 9 or 10, Richie Giacchetti says, you know, you're fighting for a title, and Oliver McCall said, what title? And that's confidence.
Yeah. Or else bad news. You mean this is 12 rounds, not 10?
Right. He was holding.
See?
Now he's doing play-by-play.
Now he's doing everything. Wait a minute. How's he got a microphone up
Supposed to be a master boxer.
He's analyzing it, too.
Huh? They didn't think you're going to do that now. You won, baby.
Well, Richie Giacchetti says you won it, baby. A very tired Tony Tucker could be in trouble and in jeopardy of losing the title. But then again, this might be the flurry that pulled it out. Who knows?
And that's because Oliver quit fighting and thought he could just live off his riches. And that little flurry, at least with great good punches, could have won the round and therefore won the fight for Tucker. And that would have been a shame, because the man that fought his heart out tonight was Oliver McCall.
The Atomic Bull, Oliver McCall. Rated number 18 by the WBC. And could be on the verge of a title, the NABF title. And he is having some fun there with the fans and the expensive seats, pacing around like a caged lion right now in eager anticipation of the judges' cards. And what will this mean for Tony Tucker if he loses?
Our boxing, we supposed to be the bad boxer. Boom.
A lot of soul searching, right back to the drawing board. And at the age of 33, it really makes you wonder. Yeah. And even if he wins, not the kind of performance you want to put in the time capsule. So we are awaiting the decision here for the NABF Heavyweight Championship. The judges, Tim Figley of Columbiana, Ohio, Frank Garza out of Detroit, and Harold Gomez of Rhode Island, figuring it up. And it is taking quite some time. And that has to make Oliver McCall wonder why the delay. He probably, you know, in his mind, he's saying it's no contest. But you never know. And that happy look is suddenly off the face of Oliver McCall. It's more a look of worry right now, concern, and a stoic look on the face of Tony Tucker. You really can never tell what he's thinking because he is poker-faced, expressionless all the time. So will it be a unanimous decision? Will it be a split decision?
No, I got it.
Oliver McCall says, I know I got him. But you never know.
I know I got it.
We've said that time and time again. But we've seen everything.
Couldn't touch him. Bing, bing.
In this
bing, bing, bing,
wild game.
It would have been a better fight if he wasn't in the hole. He holed a lot. He holed a lot. He holed a lot.
Tony Tucker just waiting very patiently. And, you know, it looks like he thinks he won. You can almost tell. Very confident look on his face. And I really don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Wilma Smith, our ring announcer, is gathering the cards, standing by with the decision. And we are just about ready. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for both fighters. After 12 rounds of boxing, we have a split decision. Judge Harold Gomez has it 115-113, McCall. Judge Frank Garza scores it 115-113, Tucker. And Judge Tim Figley scores the bout 118-112 for the winner, and still an ABF champion, Tony TNT Tucker.
There you have it. There you have it. Look at the expression on the face of Oliver McCall in total disbelief.